All right. Good day, my wonderful student at home. I hope you are staying safe and staying home, and you are improving on yourselves at home. All right. Today, we want to complete the class we started some weeks ago on solid shapes. Remember, a few weeks ago, we looked at solid shapes and we tried to tell ourselves that solid shapes are grouped into two major categories, which are prisms and pyramids. But today we want to take the other part. We discussed prism in the last class, so please you can as well go back to the slide to the lesson in case you've missed out some points or some things from the class. Now we shall be taking pyramids in today's class. So come along with me as we go through the lesson together. Pyramids. Okay, the first question we should ask ourselves is, how do we define pyramids? What are pyramids? Pyramids have been described or defined in different ways by different, mathematicians, different authors. But I want to view pyramid in this form. Remember, it is a geometrical shape. And in geometry, a pyramid is a polyhedron formed by connecting a polygonal base and a point called apex. Now, I believe that sounds like a big grammar. Now, when we say a polyhedron, we are talking about a shape that has more than two sides, okay? And basically a solid shape. And when we say a polygonal base, remember polygons are plane shapes. Okay, the polygons, the smallest polygon is triangle. We have the quadrilaterals and so on. Okay, so what that implies is all pyramids must have a plane base. Okay, that is the polygonal base. All pyramids has a plane base. Okay, and all the edges of this plane base, all the corners of this plane base, are connected to a common point called apex. Okay, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, you can see the pyramid we have here has a square base, and the four corners of the base are linked up to a common point called the apex. Okay, so you also need to take note that each base edge, okay, and the apex form a triangle called lateral face. You can see that in the diagram. That's the base, the edge, each edge of the base connected to the apex forms a triangle, and we call that the lateral face. We call that the lateral face. And now, how do we name pyramids? How do we name pyramids? Okay, we've had so many names of pyramids: cone, square base pyramid, rectangular base pyramid. But I want to point our attention to how the names are derived. The name of the pyramid is derived basically from the shape of the base, that is from the polygonal base. Okay, so the name of the pyramid is derived from the name or the shape of the base. Okay, now, for example, if the shape of the base is a circle, then we call it circular base pyramid, and that is what is commonly called cone. If the shape of the base is a square, then we can call it square base pyramid. If the shape of the base is a rectangle, then we can call it a rectangular base pyramid. If the shape of the base is a triangle, then we can call it triangular base pyramid or tetrahedron. So these are the basic pyramids that we have. Okay, so quickly let's look at the volumes of pyramid. Now, in the last class, I gave us a simple approach to remembering the volume formula for calculating the volume of prisms. Okay, so I want to do something similar to that in this class. Now, how do we easily remember the volume of pyramids? Okay, now take note of this. From research, the volume of a pyramid is said to be 1/3 of the volume of a corresponding prism with same base and height. I repeat, from research, the volume of a pyramid is said to be 1/3 of the volume of a corresponding prism with same base and height. What does that mean? That means every pyramid has a corresponding prism it looks like. That means a pyramid has a corresponding prism that it has the same base. For example, cone. The corresponding prism to cone is cylinder. You agree with me? A cone has a circular base. A cylinder has a circular base. So those two are corresponding, okay, from my illustration. Square base pyramid. The corresponding prism for square base pyramid is a cube. Okay? And rectangular base pyramid, the corresponding prism is cuboid. Then tetrahedron, the corresponding prism is triangular prism. Because if you see a tetrahedron, that is a triangular base pyramid, the base is triangle. The same thing with triangular prism, the base is as well triangle. Okay, so from this we can deduce the volume of prism. Now, what it implies is that if you are in an examination situation and you forget the formula for calculating the volume of a particular pyramid, all you need to do is think of what that pyramid, the prism that pyramid looks like. Okay, for example, I'm given a cone in an examination situation, and I've forgotten the formula for calculating the volume of a cone. And I can still remember the formula for calculating the volume of a cylinder, because a cylinder has a circular base just like a cone. So all you need to do is to just add 1/3, that is 1/3, to the formula of that corresponding prism, which is the cylinder. So can we now go through this together? What is the volume of a cylinder? A cylinder in the last class, remember, is the volume of a cylinder is the area of the face, which is pi r square, times height. So that is pi r square h. So what is now the volume of a cone? Since a cone has the same circular face like a base like a cylinder, then the volume of a cone is 1/3 times the volume of a cylinder. That's 1/3 pi r square h. Okay, and that is what is explained in this slide. I hope you are getting it. For example, another example, I am asked to find the volume of a rectangular pyramid. Okay, a rectangular pyramid, a pyramid that has rectangular base. All I need to do is, since this base is rectangular, which prism has a rectangular base? That is a cuboid. So what's the volume of a cuboid? Length times breadth times height. So that means the volume of that rectangular pyramid will be 1/3 times length times breadth times height. As simple as that. That is illustrated below. The same thing for a cube. If I'm asked to find the volume of a square base pyramid, a square base pyramid is corresponding to a cube because both of them have square base. So what is the volume of a cube? The volume of a cube is given as L cube, L times L times L. So all I need to do to find the volume of a pyramid is to put 1/3 in my formula. Okay, so generally volume of pyramid is given as, so if you look at this, what I've just simply illustrated here is just for us to be able to, in an examination situation, you have crammed the formula and you forget. How do you deduce the formula? You go through these illustrations. Okay, but generally the volume of pyramid is given as 1/3 times the area of the base times height. That is another simpler way of remembering it. So quickly, let's take some examples. Number one, a pyramid has a square base of side 4 centimeter and a height of 9 centimeter. Find its volume. A pyramid has a square base. Since the base of the pyramid is a square, so we know what to do. Example 2, find the volume of a rectangular base pyramid of base 8 centimeters by 5 centimeters and height 5 centimeters. Then 3, calculate the volume of a cone whose face has a radius of 7 centimeters and a perpendicular height of 9 centimeters. So let's take these questions together. Let's solve them together. So number 1, the base is a square. So we are talking about square base pyramid. Okay, so the volume, remember from the earlier illustration, will be 1 over 3 times the volume of a prism, of a square prism, which is length times length times length. And that's 1 over 3 times 4, since the length of the base is 4 times 4 times 9. Okay, and by the time you solve that, you have 48 centimeter cube. Please, that is supposed to be cube. 48 centimeter cube. The volume of pyramid, the same approach, is given as 1 over 3 times length times breadth times height. So that's 1 over 3 times 8 times 5, since the length and the breadth of the base are 8 and 5 respectively. Okay, and the height is 5. So putting that in the formula and solving through, we have 66.7 centimeter cube. Then the volume of pyramid, the third one, the volume of a cone, that's the circular base pyramid. Okay, remember the formula is 1 over 3 pi r square h, 1 over 3 times the volume of a cylinder. So that is 1 over 3 times, recall your pi is 22 over 7. The radius of the circular base is 7. Okay, and because we have r squared there, so we have 1 over 3 times 22 over 7 times 7 times 7. That is for the radius. Then the height is 9 times 9 centimeters. Right now we solve this, we have 463 centimeter cube. So I believe this explanation will be helpful. Basically, the objective is for us to be able to deduce the formula of the volume of a pyramid in case we forget the ones we have crammed during the examination. So this can be applicable for GSS 3 and SS1 class, even SS2. All right, thanks for your time. We've had a nice time together today. We hope to meet again in the next class for another intensive teaching. All right, thanks, and see you in the next class.